Welcome, welcome everybody to another round of Flair's Maid Cafe. Tonight we are joined by our lovely guest, Ringleader Woozle, for talk, tea, and excellent service. So, if I might ask, why don't you introduce yourself, Master, and tell us how you're all doing.
Hello, hello. My name is hold on. My name is Ring Leader Woozle. I play From Software
Good.
games on Twitch.tv, and I'm doing just fine.
Doing very well. Very proud of you for making it through that.
I'm sorry, right-facing Woozle
Mhm.
is it's evil, you know? I'm trying to tame the beast inside. It wants to be released.
It's been a long while since you've been in right alignment, hasn't it?
It it has been. It has been a very long time. I dare say not long enough, but here we are.
This is your Venus in retrograde. Brings out a whole different beast. Anyways, Master, what would you like to drink today?
Well, I'll tell you what I'm having right now and what I would like to be having.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm having right now is a Twinings English breakfast tea bag with some milk and a heaping dose of sugar in the cup. But I would really like to be having some jasmine tea right now.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I
jasmine.
did I did not have time to do the tea leaves and everything because I do everything last minute.
And so you had to go for the what, English store tea?
Yeah, I just had to get the bag out. I'm like, okay, this is where we're going. I do have a proper electric tea kettle that lets you set the temperatures. So it's not like I can't make proper tea. It's just you have to do the whole ritual, and I was not prepared for it.
And also to the other guests in attendance, welcome Von Leon, welcome Maichi, welcome Angler Channel, welcome Saints Neko. Greetings and thanks for stopping by. As for what I've been having, it is, and I have the sachet right here because it's long. Number 39, Stephen Smith Tea Maker, full leaf green tea. And here's the tagline. It's really good. Rare green tea from China combined with aromatic spearmint grown in the Pacific Northwest and a touch of lemon myrtle from Australia. This
Ooh,
unconventional twist on a favorite of North Africa is evocative of old Morocco and tastes best when shared with friends while lounging on pillows.
that is such a wonderful tagline. It's called Fez. That's the mix. That's the
I
blend
know.
name. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful.
Oh, that's a that doesn't come in a bag. That's full leaf. Is it in a tea bag?
No, it is a tea bag.
Oh, okay, okay. Normally, when I think teabag, I think the little crushed, torn, curled stuff. The little balled up stuff.
I've only actually had full leaf tea one time. It was in a pretty cluttered dorm room. And I was waiting for this person. They're like, "No, I won't let you do anything. You can't help with the tea, you can't help with the dishes. Just sit on the bed and I'll make this tea." And so I'm just sitting on this bed waiting for tea. Uh just like browsing my phone, waiting for it to come back and start Black Butler. It was pretty fucking awkward.
Insisted on full service.
It was full service. But towards the end I was wondering if I if my relation slash relation and an appearance to anything from the show was the only reason for this meeting.
I
Uh,
haven't seen Black Butler. Give me a quick rundown of that. It sounds
okay,
when I think
so
Black Butler, I think Bible Black. I don't know if that's a good connection to make.
so the Bible Black for Fujoshis.
I
uh,
got it in one.
you have this little kid who's like a
Oh
what
no.
is it? A a Victorian like little boy master, like master of the
Uh-huh.
house, young age. And he has this demon butler who he sold his soul to get. Um
Oh my goodness.
and his demon butler saves him from perverts and kidnappers and other common threats to a little boy in the great country
Oh,
of Great Britain.
of course, of course. Did you know there's actually an entire insurance, like ransom insurance, like not only company but like clearinghouse, I guess I'll call it, over in England. It's amazing.
A
Uh,
clearinghouse?
yeah, like London Ransom Exchange. Hold on, let me try searching for that. There's like um insurance, kidnap and ransom. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of ransom insurance groups that are all located over in England, and I read it on, I think, like Security Magazine or something. It's crazy to me. Lloyd's of London, that's what it
Lloyd's
is.
of London.
Lloyd's of London, yes.
So you were just, you pulled out your old telecatalog, mandated by the state to get, and there was just an ad for ransom insurance in there. Got it.
I definitely wasn't doing research. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So who's the lucky new circus traveler?
You know what? Their debut will be in a while. You'll see them soon enough. Don't worry about it.
Ice today, Mighty Jam.
Do I have to say that as well?
Ice today, Mighty Jam. Well, you can if you'd like.
I still, mighty germ uno. I still. It's labeled under political risk. That's what that's what their that's what
Political
they call it.
risk.
Political risk.
Hmm.
2 for 1 special. Oh, aren't you lucky,
Yeah.
mighty germ?
Oh, is Mighty Germ melting over there?
Apparently. Oh my
It would seem
goodness.
so.
Well, it's only natural considering your radiance and my adorableness, I suppose.
Your kidnappableness.
Let's not turn this into an episode of Bible Black. I mean, Black Butler. Black Butler. Where's the cluck like a chicken redeem?
I think you just did it. I think you just did it. So we've officially moved into stage 2 lap of Woozle.
What happens in stage 2?
Stage 3 is like the 3rd trumpet. You get to all 7 trumpets, so that's the apocalypse.
Alright, I'll try to slow down, if only to keep this stream rolling for another 45 minutes or so. Another
Your
3
laugh
hours
is
ago, the other
very...
guests had the clearance.
Your laugh is very nice to listen to.
I know, people love it. I could sell it. I could sell a
Mhm.
recording of my laughter and people would purchase it.
Stage 7, the Yab stream. Oh yeah, I haven't been paying attention. Has the Yab stream gone yet?
No, it has not. Nobody's
my
been brave
God.
enough to redeem it. I'm also going to do another points excursion this Saturday by doing channel point redeems to control my game and Stalker. So I will fight the Yab stream off for just a little longer. Thank you for the clip
Thank you
repair.
for the clip repair.
Maichi, you can go ahead and DM me and tell me some voice lines. Give me some bits and I'll record them for you. No
DM
extra
me
charge.
some voice lines too. I probably already have voice lines of the more popular ones, Vokaroo form.
Oh, that's true. That's true. I've never been big on Vokaroos. I've tried a few, but they've never felt right to me.
I just think it's very funny to take some dumb copy pasta and read it all like here what's
Oh
what.
boy, okay. Here's a free one. Here's a free one. Get ready, chat.
He's going for it. Did I really remove it? Fuck.
Is it too embarrassing?
I'll read this up until the part where I can't read it anymore on stream.
Ooh, we're getting special service today.
So, as a joke, I went to my friend's house wearing Pekara's wig and clothes. I could barely stop my laughter as he went red as a tomato and looked at me head to toe with a bit of drool in his mouth. The way he stared at me made me feel a bit putty too. I did some things and he asked me, "Are you serious?" And I said, "Yep, Pekka."
This is the Kanata one, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Was this inspired by the Kanata image?
Yes, it was inspired by that one Saber image. Here's me in the Saber cosplay. He went silent for what seemed like forever, so I asked him, "What's the matter, Pekka?" He said he's... God, I can't even listen to Wusel's laughs. Do this. Whatever, we're not gonna make it through this, so let's just get to the end. But he still looks so cute, all confused like that, and so I took pity on him and reassured him while wiping my face. Let's just pretend I'm still Pekka. Oh my god.
Oh my god, that's fantastic. That is brilliant. Oh dear, I finished off my tea already.
I'm close to done too.
Oh yeah, we are just getting started. Mayachi. How do I pronounce that? Tell me how to pronounce your name. Oh, that's right.
Mayachi.
Do my best.
Maya. All right.
Maya. Okay, I will call you Maya then. Okay, Ricare requested this of me, and I would be remiss to refuse a request from the oh so lovely, generous, and supportive Ricare. Somebody who he uplifts so many chubas. Ricare is fantastic. He is a great chatter. All right, I'm gonna give this miss. Hold on. Oni-chan, yamate!
Bless 3 cheers for a care. Hi, Shake Lude.
Hello, Shake Lude. Welcome to the stream.
Hope you're having a wonderful night.
Except for Vaughn. I don't like Vaughn. Vaughn, you can leave at any time, as per my request, the guest. And as the guest, Fleur has to comply with it. And as Fleur is a combat android.
I am at the very least competent, yes.
I've lost control of my mouth.
Well, looks like there's only room for one furry at this table. 1 second. Alright. One disposed of.
Excellent, excellent. That's precisely what I like to hear. Why is right-facing Woozle like this? This is a case of the opposite of Jessica Rabbit. I
The
am
opposite.
bad.
No. Elaborate, please.
What do you, okay. So normally I'm left facing, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But when I'm right facing, it's just sinister. It's like looking into a bizarro world. I'm through the looking glass, as it were.
I want to just test something. Give me a second.
Oh boy.
Alright. Oh, that wasn't the right thing to flip.
Uh-oh. I have a bit of a delay, so I don't get to see what gets
Okay.
flipped.
That's left facing Wu, so looks fine. This is here we go.
There we go.
Right facing Wuzo. A little bit more intimidating. He's facing your direction constantly. He's looking at chat.
Oh, there's a bit of a black bar on screen. Could you
Oh,
tidy
yes.
that up, please?
I'll tidy it up.
Thank you.
Sweet.
Wait, no, that is the opposite. That is do not flip me that direction. It's not correct.
This is stealing Woozle.
This is incorrect.
Woozle looks tormented.
You know what? I'm fine with it. I'm fine with being Sealing Woozle. I'm up here with the what do you call those? What do you call those in the background? The Gardens of Babylon. What do you call those?
Hanging gardens?
Yeah, planters. That's what I said. Thank you. No, don't turn me around like that. God damn it. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sure, whatever. Alright,
here, pack.
I'm easy to
A
store.
full rotation of Wuzo.
Okay, there we go.
You know, for these, I've been doing my best to be a good maid to the masters and mistresses who come in. But for you, I just can't. I just want to flip you on the ceiling.
That's a good premise, though. That's a good premise. A maid that just cannot take their master seriously.
Master.
Oh no. Don't, I'm weak. Don't do it.
You know what it is? It's the clown outfit.
It's a clown
outfit. Master. Your decision to dress like a clown is all yours, but but I'll make sure that you get to live the full clown life.
You know, on the subject of maids and clowns and masters, I ran a maid RPG game once where the master had a secret collection of porcelain clowns. And he was utterly mortified when the when the maids found out about it. They were absolutely ruthless towards him. They called him creepy. One of them even broke one of his porcelain clowns and he was distraught over it. Oh, that was a fantastic game.
And I'm guessing you randomly rolled that too, because I know Maid RPG is funny.
The tables helped a lot, yes. The tables helped a lot.
You know, I think I've seen a few games of Maid RPG, but I find it like there's this one guy who keeps suggesting, you know, anytime you're in a situation where you should be role-playing gaining favor from one or more people, you should try using Maid RPG. And I do not know, that guy must be trolling so fucking hard. That's
Oh my goodness.
I dread the day that someone actually takes his advice and runs a haphazard game of Maid RPG and walks out with like half the party having played the equivalent of like drunk rocket twister with each other.
Maid RPG has a habit of bringing out both the worst and the best in people, but at the same time, you get the highs and lows of humanity in one compact game. It's amazing.
I need to be in a game of Maid RPG.
I'm sure you'd be able to run one. You do tabletop stuff often. Free Maid RPG call up. Yo, let's go. Let's go. Who are we dragging into this, Vaughn? Let's get Gondola. He's a furry.
Okay. I have wolf ears.
That's not good enough. I'm sorry.
Damn it.
You have to have a snout. You have to have a snout or you're not furry.
Is Japanese furry passable?
I will accept Japanese furry, but Japanese. Okay, so there's a big difference between Western furry and Japanese furry. I have to say, I much prefer the way the Eastern, the Japanese furry looks. I say Eastern because like China is also like that, Korea is also like that, but usually Japan is what people mean when they say Eastern furry, which is really interesting to me because Japanese furry comes from copying Western furry, and Western furry is like stayed on its own, but it's gradually taken some anime elements to it. It's this very weird, like passing poop back and forth forever sort of thing, you know? You know what I'm referencing there, or do I just sound insane?
No, master. I think you your deep your deep and complex understanding of furry culture across countries is a fascinating subject.
Okay, I get it. We can talk about something else. I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I've only hung out with what, like 2 days in VR chat? That's the extent of my knowledge. Go on.
Oh my, no. That's a rabbit hole you don't want to go out to.
You seem to have studied this quite a bit.
Studied? No, I have not studied it. But you look at somebody like Osamu Tezuka, who is obviously very clearly influenced by Disney's you know, rubber hose animation stuff, right? And you look at some of the drawings he's drawn and you're like, yep, that dude was a furry. His port stash is uploaded online, and there's all manner of untoward acts, or rather esoteric kinks drawn within. I think especially involving mouse girls for some reason. Well, no, that makes sense if it's Disney. I think archive.org has them. Let me search really quick.
I'm glad that if I ever need confirmation on who is and who isn't a furry, I can just go to you and ask. And you can give me the whole spiel.
Yes, mice. He loved drawing mice. He drew snakes with boobs. No, that's a transformation sequence. Never mind, that makes sense.
Who knew it would take just 1 cup of tea to let Woozle power level this hard?
Woozle, am I a furry? I don't know. Let me look at you really quick. You don't have an avatar on Twitch, so I cannot say. But with a name like Shake Lude, you are putting it out there that you have a Shake Sona, like Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. So I'm going to say you could classify as a furry within certain groups, but by and large, you would be considered to not be a furry. I'm sorry.
Maybe try looking up his name on your Discord.
You're right. Hold on. Let me do that really quick.
Yeah, you probably share some mutual servers.
There's Shake. Hold on. Shake. milkshake boy. Where's that in the what do you call it? What is this right there? Azriel, adult Azriel? Yeah, that's furry. That's furry as hell.
The furry spreadsheet coming soon.
Hopeless.
Will this
You're
be part of the
hopeless.
Yab stream?
I have to collect that information. It's coming soon, isn't it? Oh, I'm trying to find the images here, but it seems like nobody wants to host them, or my internet is loading them for some reason. This is like the time I tried to find James Joyce's love letters.
Please do not start into that rabbit hole.
Oh, okay, but I lost like all of my viewers when I started going into his So I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it. I'm not going into it.
Okay.
But Joyce had a thing for what comes out of the rear end. He was fascinated by it. That's all I'll say on that, man.
Thank you. Any more and I would have had to put you under the table.
I can only take that in one meaning of the one. What do you say? What do you say to that? What do you say when you say that? You say one.
I can only take it in one way.
Yeah, take it in one way. That's the phrase. That's the phrase. Thank you. It's on the tip of my tongue.
I was thinking like a bad dog, but
Okay. Well, that could also be taken.
God damn. There's the fourth trumpet.
We skipped the third.
There was a third. It was very brief, but yeah, we're skipping the third.
We blew right past. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's try to. Can we steer back to normalcy? Direct the conversation. Oh, Maid, please provide us. Provide us with a say so. Stop.
Gracefully.
Stop. Yes, very gracefully segue.
So what's your opinion on peanut butter?
I will only eat smooth peanut butter. I like the stuff that has corn syrup in it.
Jiffy, yes.
Yes, Jiffy. Off-brand Jiffy, actually. Jiffy's too expensive for my blood.
Yeah, I said Jiffy, exactly.
Yes.
The one with the P's instead of the F's.
It needs to be smooth like butter, and it needs to be very easily spreadable. I don't like the crunch that comes with crunchy peanut butter, and I don't like the way that the higher end peanut butter separates from the butter and like the oil and stuff, so you gotta shake it and stir it and everything, and that's just like, no, just give me something I can spread quickly on half of a sandwich slice, spread jelly on the other half of it, and just fucking fold it over and eat it like that. It's called a bender back, by the way, if you ever want to know. That's called a bender back sandwich.
A bender back sandwich.
Yes, because you bend her back.
And I just thought it was a stupid Anglo word. But...
How about you? How do you like your Washington Carver spread for sandwiches? How do you like those?
So I like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches or peanut butter and banana sandwiches, but I'm very jelly chaotic, jelly liberal.
Jelly liberal.
If it's a jelly, I think it makes for a good peanut butter and jelly. Blueberry jelly, blackberry jelly, orange jelly.
What about something like apricot preserves? Does that go on?
That's assuming that I would ever let preservatives into my house.
Not those kind of preservatives. I'm pretty sure a fruit preserve is just canned. Hold on, let me search this up. I need to actually learn this. Preserving agent is sugar and sometimes acid. Yeah, it's literally just sugared up fruit bits.
Which is strange because sugar is what's usually eaten that makes things decompose. So,
I know, it's bizarre.
I guess you just put in too much sugar.
It's something. I think it's in combination with the heat.
Well, we have some wonderful sweets here displayed on the table. Would you like any?
I see raspberries down there. I'm a big lover of raspberries, but I also love cinnamon rolls, but those cinnamon rolls do not look glazed to me. So I will have something with raspberries in it, like a what do they call them? A tart, a raspberry tart.
A raspberry tart.
Yes.
Alright, one raspberry tart coming right up. Maybe munch on it a bit.
Just put the whole thing. Just put the whole thing in my mouth.
Here. I know exactly how to do that. There we go. Look, you have the whole plate.
That's okay. I have an incredible digestive tract for a ferret. It is Goldspan Raspberry Awards. What is this? Golden Raspberry Awards. The Razzies. Okay, I know what the Razzies are. I'm sorry. You were talking about raspberries, and I was talking about raspberries. I was looking at raspberries on Wikipedia, and the Golden Raspberries.
So anytime you start talking about something, you just pull up the Wikipedia page for it and stick
Yes. Yes, I do. Sylvester Stallone has won the most raspberries. He has 10 golden raspberries. Oh my goodness. When you think about Stallone, you don't think of bad movies when you think of Stallone, do you? You think of Rocky. You know, you think of you think of Rocky.
Surprised it isn't somebody like Cage or something. Have you seen the new Cage movie?
Rocky, Rambo, Demolition Man, all sorts of First Blood. Like, come on. Oh no, that is Rambo. Rambo First Blood. Okay. Let me look up Nick Cage raspberries. Did he get one for I'm a Vampire? Golden raspberry. I have to see what competition Nicolas Cage was up for the raspberries. Golden raspberry. Let's see who are. He was He does not have a single raspberry. He does not have a single one. He was nominated.
He's just that great of an actor.
He was nominated so many times. Worst actor, worst screen couple, worst picture, Razzie Redeemer Award in 2022 for Pig, worst supporting actor. Yeah, The Wicker Man. I don't know. This is amazing.
Oh my god.
Nicolas Cage might be the most genius bad B movie actor.
Well, actually, his newest movie is. Have you seen his newest movie? It's in theaters right now.
No, I have not. Pig, right? I have not seen it.
No, not Pig.
Not Pig, no?
The Incredible Weight of Massive Talent.
What is that actually the name of it?
Yes. It is a pure, self-indulgent, unabashed love of everything Nick Cage.
That sounds like Andrew Hussy's wet dream right there.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It brought me back to being fucking John in the Windsock circa 2016? Yeah, 2016.
Something like that. Yeah. Oh man, I fell off Homestuck by like I want to say Act 6 actually.
It's a fictional biographical drama about Nick Cage fighting terrorists and repairing his familial relationship while developing a mature yet sentimental character-driven motion picture about the friendship of two sensitive men, starring Nick Cage.
Oh, that is
Oh, it's so
100% Nick
good.
Cage.
Hmm?
Absolutely based. Oh, I love Nick Cage. Do you have any favorite bad movie actors besides
Mm.
Nicolas Cage, obviously?
Yeah, it's hard because I don't really keep track of actors, but
Oh, I know what you mean.
the one actor who it's not bad movie, it's just any TV show, and a lot of them are good TV shows, but it's literally every TV show is the one bald black guy who's the police chief slash investigator slash like special agent like head department head in every serialized live action TV show.
Do you know a recent television show so we can get his IMDb up?
Actually, I think one of my friends, I recognize that name, but I'm not sure where. But anyways, when that guy shows up in the story and you thought it wasn't going to be going off the deep end, you know it's going off the deep end.
He's like the first trumpet.
Mhm. United States federal government, we need to ask you about aliens. Good night, Shake Lute. I'll flare you off to sleep. Ciao, ciao.
Sayonara, Shake Lude. Thank you for coming to the stream.
And get
Wonderful to
many
have you
laughs
here.
when you rewatch this.
Oh, he actually got an award for best actor for Critics' Choice. Oh, that doesn't mean anything. Never mind. I was about to be like, oh, Nicolas Cage was actually recognized for something, but no, it was Critics' Choice. It's not. It's not a real award.
Critics aren't human, exactly.
The last two real human critics died a long time ago. Rest in peace, Siskel and Ebert.
I think I have two movie critics running on defunct servers in the basement. Still talking about the masterful cinematography of 19 whatever in its one shot.
Let's go back to Nicolas Cage. What Academy Award did he get for it? Forget. Academy Awards. Here we are. Leaving Las Vegas. Okay, that makes sense. That was a good movie. That was good. Okay, yeah. Thank you, Shake. Go to bed, Shake. Oh my goodness, what are you doing up? Go to bed. Tuck yourself in. Dream of, I don't know, whatever furries dream of. Bowser, I guess. I don't know.
Maybe he's just slowly drifting off, counting sheep people jumping the fence.
Should we sing him a lullaby? Yeah, Bowser. You don't know about the Bowser? You don't know about the Bowser fandom, Maya? Let me. No, I shouldn't. I'll restrain myself. Okay, no, I have to give one anecdote. So I have a friend, and one of her friends is a furry that's big into Bowser, right? And he's big into a gigantism and vor. And he dead ass posts pictures of that on his Facebook for all of his family to see.
Oh no.
He is unashamed or unaware, I don't know which.
No.
He is incredibly powerful, Vaughn, or incredibly not self-aware, and I don't know which makes it better.
I still cannot tell if the man who shopped himself saying The like flaming armor from Obsidian is his wife is serious. I assumed this couldn't be serious, and then the more I looked into it, the more muddled it became.
Oh my goodness. It's amazing what some people are capable of, or rather, it's amazing what you learn about people with the internet, because the internet allows anybody to put themselves out there. There's no license to use the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You just need a connection. You could do whatever you want on there. All right.
Out of you,
Have a
Shakeweed. Have a nice night,
yes.
Master. Sweet dreams.
Sweet dreams. Yes. Snug like a bug in a rug. I
Don't
can't roll
let the
my
bedbugs
R's.
bite.
Yeah, don't let the bed bugs bite. That reminds me of this really cute. I don't know why, but this little animation sticks in my head. It's a clip from The Fox and the Hound. You know that Disney movie,
And the Fox and the Hound.
The Fox and the Hound. Yeah, with Todd and Cooper.
Dude, I feel like I got shown all the fucked up woodland creature movies, including Watership Down. So I feel like I should have seen this, but I have no memory of it.
Hold on, let me. It's where Twitter pated comes from. No, that's from Bambi. Hold on. The Fox and the Hound. Milk scene.
The milk
If
scene?
you know the milk scene. Don't worry, it's not lewd. It's wait, is it
Okay.
lewd? Is it lewd? She's milking a cow. Is that lewd? Is that TOS? No, it's farm. It's farm. It's fine. Let me put it in maid stuff. No, text for voice chat. There we go. Just peep that really quick.
Okay.
You'll recognize really quickly.
Mischief in the Barn. Walt Disney 512. Okay, it looks like you're just milking a cow. You got a fox. He's going through the cow's tail. Okay.
Stop pestering Abigail.
I'm not sure I can play this on stream. Disney's
I don't think
crazy,
you
yeah.
should, even if it is Disney.
Oh, it's a cute fox.
It is cute. It's adorable.
Oh, of course, now I know.
I definitely think my favorite. She
Oh
started
my
squirting
God.
milk at him, right?
Yeah.
Straight from the udder.
Right from the udder. What innocent times they lived to conceive this. And now they're going crazy.
It's a good movie. I remember it being a good movie. I don't know if it's actually a good movie. I remember it being good though. I remember it being good. And that's what's important. There are all these little scenes with a caterpillar, and I've always been fascinated by scenes with small creatures in a world that's not sized for them.
I mean, yeah, it's basically Watership Down, which that to the dark extreme, but I do love Watership Down a lot. You know, the book, the movie.
I need to watch. Do you recommend a movie, the television show that recently came out? What have you seen the television show?
The original animated movie is really nice. It's all
Okay.
watercolor.
Ooh, I love
It
watercolor.
looks fantastic, and you should also read the book too. I
I
was
tried reading
read
the
the book. Part of my early development, but it's like I don't know. People act like kids, you know, aren't that mature, can't get things, but you know, there's books like Watership Down which are very clearly like this is a pretty good way of introducing the mature parts of the world to a kid.
Yeah, you need to let children grow up and experience things in a safe, scaffolded sort of way, where it's like they could safely take on responsibilities and parts of the world and learn to deal with how shit it is when they're adults. Otherwise, they don't have any coping mechanisms, and they just become even more horrible than a normal person.
Yeah, I think that gets to the core of it, is they need to understand how to approach, you know, complex situations and adversity and moral dilemma. And there's a lot of that in Watership Down, and
There really
yeah,
is.
and a lot of characters are seriously weathered by it. It is written by a veteran. I mean, yeah, it is the horrors of war in bunny form, but horrors of war being the general terrors of life um and those threatening situations and when I think you give a kid something like that and they know you know where they should make a stand, where they should wager. I think it's a very good book for teaching those kind of things.
Exactly, exactly. Was it written by a World War One veteran, Silent Generation type?
Yeah.
Tolkien was also World War One,
Yeah.
I believe. No, he was World War Two, wasn't he? Was he
Um,
both?
World War One. I
Okay.
remember that he actually was notable for having a lot of problems with the Nazi regime, and that
Yes, he
like
was.
when his books were being brought over, and he's just like,
Mm-hmm.
nope, these books are unapologetically anti-racist. Fuck you.
Base Tolkien.
hmm Never thought I'd die fighting side by side with an elf. What about a friend?
I
I
think I
can
can
do
do
that.
that. That was such a
Nice.
fantastic scene. It sticks in your head. It's very sticky. Sorry, I was just checking. So I had
No
something I wanted.
worries.
What was this? Talking about Watership Down. I was
Yeah.
thinking about the caterpillar. I can't remember. I'm too far. I'm too far away from the originating thought that sparked the thought.
Mm. Well, this might actually be a segue into something which I actually can appreciate a lot, but
Ooh.
um, and I don't know. I watch too much anime. I gush about anime a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think there's and maybe this is just because like some of my sisters watch cartoons, and so I'm stuck watching cartoons with them, and then I watch anime, and I'm just thinking, what's the difference? Like what makes this work for me? Whereas I might get and what's good in cartoons that I see in anime as well. But it's like a lot of cartoons over here are the West. It's always they want to be non-threatening, but they also want to have drama and complexity, and so they do these really like weak things, like the Tolkien episode on bullying or sharing,
Right.
or
Right.
they don't confront the actual complex and scary things. And I noticed that anime seems to be a lot more divided between like here's cute girls doing cute things and it's an absolute pick me up, and it's like downing cotton candy, and here's something that's gritty but incredibly profound, and you could probably throw this to like anybody going into young adulthood, and it would give them some life lessons, and I think that's really
Absolutely. I
neat.
think that is great. I don't think we have enough complex animated media in the West.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Japan absolutely has no issues using the medium as a format for all storytelling because you have Josei and you have Seinen, you have the other one, and you have
Mm-hmm.
Shonen. It's there's all ages. And while a lot of them don't get translated, the older works, the more mature works don't get translated, they're absolutely out there.
And I think more than you even said it, that they have these genres by demographic, not by content. And
Exactly.
I think that's really neat in that you have these feels which appeal to certain age groups. It's very targeted to be this is what they need at this time, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it kind of bypasses a lot of the philosophy of like Western animation of like this should be an all ages thing which parents can watch with their kids, and it's gonna appeal because dinosaurs.
Exactly. There's
We're
not gonna
gonna
be
sell
challenging
dinosaurs.
thoughts. There's not gonna be challenging thoughts. There's not gonna be any questioning what the
hmm
family is teaching. There's not gonna be subversive media.
I'm sorry, I'd be much more proud of my child if he came back with Here she came back with, "This is my waifu," instead of, "Can you buy me 30 dinosaur toys?"
Oh, going back really quick on the subject of Japan and Watership Down and life
Mhm.
lessons and stuff. There's very recently a show that's been going on for a long time, a reality show in Japan called like My First Errand or something, and it's about Japanese like 4-year olds, 2 years old, 6 years old, these very little children going
Mhm.
out and running an errand on town. You know, like, hey, I need to go get some milk. I need some milk to cook with, and I need some celery for the stock, and I need I don't know. Your father wants ramen to take to work tomorrow. Go to the
Mhm.
store and pick these 3 things up. Here's the money, and then they just scoot their little child out the out the door, and off they go.
That's
Off
really
they go.
cool. And
It
it's
is
cool
really
that they
cool.
can do that, yeah.
Yeah, but over here, you would literally be arrested
Yeah.
being neglectful. It's happened. It's happened several times. That this is, and it's just amazing how different autonomy is taken in the West versus in like literally pretty much any other country.
And we would say that we're the individualistic and free society. But if this is so free, where the fuck is my hostess club?
I'd love to visit a maid cafe someday, although I think I
Alright.
would get too embarrassed with the Moe Moe Kyun love spell with the little
Mm-hmm.
heart drawn in ketchup on the omu rice.
Moe Moe Kyun.
No, no.
Here's your rice plate, master. Do you like the heart?
No. Yes, please.
Oh,
No.
you're so cute.
No, no kissing. That's my limit.
Okay, okay.
I don't like kissing. It's so gross. I don't understand why it's seen as oh, I'm gonna call my cat if I keep doing that. What the fuck do you call it? Display of affection. Yes.
Mm-mm.
It just seems unsanitary to me. It's not hygienic.
I don't know. I had to like check, that we're not being listened in on this, but I actually prefer. I think I actually prefer kissing, non-physically. Like, I don't know. It's weird. I've been socialized to like the sounds and like the sounds and stuff of kissing and whatever. But, like the
Oh,
actual kiss on the cheek are fine and stuff, but it's like I don't know.
I thought you were
Maybe I'm
saying
just a bad kisser.
like a smooch in the air,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
blowing
yeah.
kisses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I totally get that. I'm down with that. That's cool. I'm down with that. Can you make omu rice? Is that a skill you have? Have you practiced omu rice creation?
It's an invoicing skill at all my product line. Hachi.
Wonderful, wonderful. All the basics are covered. All the necessities. You will not be left lacking should you decide to make the decision to incorporate a fleur line into your life.
Apollonian series.
Yes,
A
yes,
good
yes.
defense with cooking abilities comparable to Saber. It's good.
You absolutely should touch grass. I know a lot of people meme about it, but just taking a walk outside can be really good for the mind.
What brought this song?
No, Mayachi says
Oh,
we
oh.
haven't physically touched humans or grass for good 1 to 1.5 years. I'm not saying touching
Mm-mm.
humans is a good idea, but absolutely grass. Grass is a good idea.
No, touch people too.
No, don't
Well,
touch people. You don't know where
okay.
they've been. You don't know where they've been. They could have been in like some sort of hazardous work environment with asbestos and lead paint and everything.
Sorry, we're very different. I touch telephone poles and cement bricks and other things with a good texture. And also just hug people every chance I get.
Oh my goodness, no, I am not about physical affection. Nope, nope, nope. My personal bubble was 12 feet before COVID.
I'm sorry, I'm very physically affectionate. Seeing this ferret in the chair after restraining myself from just picking it up and and doing the what labeled with my tea that this is good for. Best drunk shared with friends while lounging on pillows. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. You have to listen to the directions. If the tea says best shared with friends on pillows, you better get some pillows out and find a friend. How did you like the blend, by the way? Since I think we're getting close to time.
Hold on a moment. How did I like what?
What are your thoughts on the blend? No, go back to your side of the table.
Okay.
Go back to your side of the table.
Okay. Oh.
You can't pull a fast one over on me. I got eagle eyes.
It's just so close to grabbing. How I'm taking this one home.
But yes, how was the blend?
It's wonderful. And this is my usual, like, I need to get focused or whatever, but it's very, very nice for that.
I haven't had the chance to experiment with too many tea blends. I usually do herbal blends. Vaughn, no, I would drop kick you. I would drop kick you. I would fucking wrap around your leg and do a dragon screw maneuver, and your stupid fucking fluffy face would be eating pavement. But I'm usually more about the herbal teas, like rooibos. I love rooibos, hazelnut, pumpkin spice, stuff like that. I absolutely love that kind of stuff.
We'll see how long until Bunsey shows.
Yeah.
It's funny, you were joking about getting into a fight before this started, and it seems that Von Leon's presence is bringing that nearly to fruition.
What can I say? He just brings the fucking worst out in me. I hate this lion. Go watch him. Go watch him be bad at tactical shooters.
Go watch Von Leon be good at tactical shooters and do VR stuff. And what else?
He likes to do readings from time to time, actually. And he has a good voice for reading, too.
Oh yeah, that would be very suitable. Well, also, in the same breath,
yes.
Please do go check out these lovely furries.
I'm not a furry, I'm a feral. There's a very important distinction here. I can go into the specifics if you'd like.
Feral, what would happen if I searched that up on some furry thing?
If you searched feral up?
Don't answer.
Well. Oh my god, I hate Echo. Okay, I hate Echo Knight Beyond. I play From Software games, And From Software has made a lot more than just Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro, Elden Ring. They have an entire library that's like 60 titles deep. And Echo Knight is actually a really cool ghost story game series where you go through and go to the like pasts of ghosts, and you go and solve their problems or help them find things that they're missing, whatever that's tying them to this plane of existence.
That
And
sounds pretty
you
cool.
progress through the game doing that. It's very, very cool.
I do like the trope of, having to free ghosts from whatever is keeping them to this world.
It's not great in the control department, but I'm used to it because I like playing old janky stuff. But if you can get past that, it's actually very good.
So wait, it's a very old thing, is that?
Yes, it's an old thing. It's a PlayStation 1 era for Echo Knight 1 and Echo Knight 2. I would not play the third one just because it's very upsetting to play after playing the first two, because there's so many things that the Echo Knight Beyond did wrong that the first two did right, and they were just senseless decisions that made absolutely no sense for them to do it, unless they were trying to make it more quote unquote realistic. But that was absolutely unnecessary. Whatever. I can get into a whole fucking lecture on this.
Yeah, the one I'm more familiar, because a lot of the times that a Kitchu you're playing it is just Doom, and that's just an endless rabbit hole we both share in. What brings the laughs?
Speaking of Doom,
Yeah.
have you played through the recent what's it called? It starts with an E. Elementalism, I think.
Elementalism. I
Yeah,
saw
yeah.
Bloom playing that. I haven't played through it myself.
I haven't either, but it looks so good. They do crazy stuff.
Dude, the fucking Forge music. Like, when I get to that
Yes.
level watching Bloom stream, I'm just like fucking jamming out.
Yes, the music is so good. I'm so impressed by the level design. They have room over room design. That fucking spiral staircase, it's crazy. It's
Yeah.
absolutely crazy what they do.
Trying to think of the last thing I played Doom-wise. I think it was probably one of the, I like to play the speed map sets, because if there is one thing, which is like, usually when I boot up Doom, it's just like, I want to get my quick fix of gaming. And so things that are too long, a lot of people like the sprawling huge maps or whatever.
Yeah, the 43-minute part-time maps that has a 56-minute track to go with it.
I don't have time for that. I got time for booting up like Doomer Board's project or whatever, and playing some absolute dumb shit with like a secret, a dope fish slash
yes.
2000 internet meme secret. Actually very much in that regard, capturing the same feel but like bringing it out was that the one with the A. We played it together.
The one with what?
The one that started with A. Is it Augur Zenith?
Yeah, Augur Zenith. That one's great.
Getting to the Gosling Vader.
It was so good.
Yes.
Dude, did you get far enough to experience the arcade?
The arcade. Is there a playable arcade in it? Or no?
There's a playable arcade that has a level from Doom Episode 1, I think.
Oh my god.
In it.
That
if
must
you
have
didn't
been crazy to make.
It was crazy, and okay, I don't want to spoil it, but you can DM Bloom about it, and he'll tell you where to find it, and ask him not to spoil it, because he might. He loves it so much.
I'll definitely have to like go back to that save I have. Oh no, it was a network game, but I just boot up the map in particular.
Exactly. Yeah, it's a fantastic secret. It's probably one of the best Easter eggs in video games.
one of the secrets that gets me, more like a reference that I see in many maps, is sometimes you'll just enter an area, there'll be a cyber demon, and you'll realize, wait a minute, this is a cyber demon on a bet, and there's usually a berserk pack placed nearby. That is like that's a forbidden lore check.
I haven't played many Doom once recently, though. I have been trying to get into Plutonia, but every time I do, I'm just like, oh, it slides right off my brain, you know. I just freshly oiled it to keep it nice and smooth, and Plutonia is not sticking to it.
Oh yeah, I did endurance of Plutonia co-op.
How did that turn out?
Oh my god, by the last maps, we were just so worn down, we were just throwing ourselves at enemies. There's one room in particular, for co-op, they add a lot of new enemies to some maps, and it's not continuous. It's like some maps they'll just be like, this arena needs more cyber demons. This arena needs more archviles and cyber demons and revenants.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
It's
doesn't.
its own experience. And then, you know, we just get to the final map, and it's like, I actually played fair and turned off my mouse look, but it was still just like, okay, throw myself with the Cybe with the BFG, die. And then get up there and just start rocketing it to death.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I think we've got our next guest knocking at the door right now. Should I see myself out?
All right. Sure thing. Thank you for coming by, Master. I hope your stay has been very pleasurable.
It has been a pleasure. You already said pleasure. Shoot. Yes, it's been very enjoyable, but I will take my leave now. I have many busy masterly things to go about. I will let you get back to whatever it is you do.
Come again
thank you for the tea.
Master.
Yeah. Bye. Ciao.
No. We'll have to re-chroma key this one. Uh-oh. There we go. And...
oh, jeez.
Flip it, too. We do everything on the fly here. And you're quite tiny. I'm gonna blow you up a bit. I don't remember our size as being that disparate. Alright, you're up. Welcome, Master.
Oh, I also threw my settings there for you to grab. My jacket still seems to be a bit
you're
transparent.
Right. Let me fix that. That looks much better.
Yeah.
So, thank you for joining us, Master, for talk, tea, and excellent service. What blend would you like? If I may pour you a cup.
Do you have any peach tea?
Peach tea. That's a wonderful choice. Sure thing, let me just... Alright, enjoy your cup. It's for me, as usual. It's just the Stephen Smith, number 39, Fez. I'm not sure if you saw the exact tagline to this one, but it's very, very Victorian. Rare green tea from China, combined with aromatic spearmint grown in the Pacific Northwest, and a touch of lemon myrtle from Australia. This unconventional twist on a favorite tea of North Africa is evocative of old Morocco, and tastes best when shared with friends while lounging on pillows. I think anything that makes reference to old Morocco instantly wins most Victorian tea in the modern day.
Good lord, I know nothing of tea.
I think it's very much a try and feel kind of thing. And presentation too, just like wine snobbery.
Yeah, I can agree to that. For the most part, I've only really had like a bunch of iced teas, and like the really common ones. Like I do enjoy a good English breakfast tea.
I hear you know your coffee.
I know coffee a lot more better. Yeah. Like the one that Von Leon's probably thinking about is the cat poop coffee, Copa Luwak.
Cat poop coffee?
Yeah. Well, so what they do is they feed the beans to these like jungle cats, and then they collect them later.
Oh my god.
This is a real thing. It's like the digestive juices like seep into the actual beans, and then it changes the flavor. Apparently, it's very good. I am never going to try it.
I respect I respect the unconventional, ways of preparing a lot of food. Like, yeah, it would be. I'm sure I would drink it if offered. It's just like, would I go out and get that specifically? Sure. Could I revel in the story of like feeding it to cats to collect it later? Most definitely.
Well, it's also like really expensive, so like
Yeah.
I can't really justify even trying it.
I gotta save up for, repairs and decorating the center and all that. My tea budget is my tea budget. It's already big enough. Well, how are you doing, Master?
I've been doing quite well. Just been doing a lot of cleaning, a bit of packing.
Oh, a
I'm
bit
gonna
of
be
packing?
doing some stuff next week. Yeah, I might be going on a small trip.
So where you'll be fishing to?
Undisclosed location.
Undisclosed location, I'm sorry. Yes. to appear in, some VTuber vacation thing 2 years down the line when it's safe. Convince everybody that you're traveling somewhere where you're not. Not currently at the time.
Well, you can't have people finding out about all your good fishing spots.
Yeah, exactly. Though, I got some, good traveling as well coming up. I mean, I did go to Offkai. That was super, super fun. When I was completely public about being there. But I'm also prepping to head for a trip, which is probably why I won't be having many streams for a while, because I've been rushing to get all my work done before that trip. But that's looking to be very fun. Can't say exactly where I'll be heading, but I don't know. If I win big, I'll let you know.
Well, traveling's usually fun no matter where you go, honestly. Destination usually doesn't matter, just a new scene. That's all that you need.
Yeah. Though I guess when I, nature travels and stuff like that, like hikes and stuff, I have a lot of those here. So, up in the mountains surrounding this center, so... When I think of traveling specifically, I think of visiting, like, cities and stuff. Which is probably not what people usually, think of. Well, visiting cities, but, when I go outside the city, it's just like, okay, I'm pretty familiar with this.
I'll probably be visiting both cities and natural attractions, we'll say that.
Welcome, our guest of honor.
Welcome, Alric.
Oh, hey, it's my son.
Yep. Your mom-dad's on the line. So what have you been playing, Alric? And I'll give you a shout-out so we can see.
Oh, they were in Cataclysm DDA, which is a great game, by the way.
Cataclysm DDA.
Yeah, it's a roguelike zombie game.
So not a Dance Dance Revolution game.
It could be. I think there's a way to build that way, yeah.
Maybe. Roguelikes. I haven't played that many roguelikes.
I'd say it's a pretty good entry-level one, to be honest. The controls aren't too bad to learn, and it's unique enough. There's also tile sets, which make it easier for some people, but I cannot play that game with a tile set, and I could barely watch while people use it with the tile set.
Oh, so it's like, is it like one of those Dwarf Fortress-esque text games?
Yeah, you
Command
can use
line.
ASCII graphics for it.
That's
I prefer
pretty
that.
neat. I do actually like that style quite a bit. It's just like pure information, which is how most of the games in the genre come down to. So I think it fits very well.
When I was a kid, I actually had a like broken NES cartridge, which had like 144 games on it. I think it was something that somebody found for dirt cheap. It was like a Chinese hacked one or something.
I had some of those by like plug and play controllers, but go on, sorry.
Yeah, but the reason I mention it is because every single NES game that was on it basically had ASCII graphics because it was scrambled.
Oh.
I don't know if it was missing a resistor or what, but it was a hell of a thing to try to play those games, and it spent years trying to figure out what some of them were. I only recently found out, well, I guess sometime last year, that one of the games was Wacky Races, which is a platformer, which is really nonsensical.
Wacky Races being a platformer, but yeah, that's a really messy way to get into those, which is, I'm like having trouble imagining it. It's like it must have been looking like abstract art.
I wish I had it. It would be an absolute blast to play that cartridge with people.
Yeah, dude, no. Get out real hardware and do it on stream.
Well, I've got real hardware and a card and everything, but I just don't have the cartridge. It's gone.
Yeah.
I think somebody tried to play it and was like, "This is broken. I'm throwing it out." It's awful.
Yeah, broken and like messed up games, I'm pretty fascinated by. Like, maybe it's just the compulsion of to be like, you know, the game has like its path that it wants to you to follow down on, and you know, this, you know, a predictable, you know, like little world, and then the game goes fucking crazy. You go into the negative world and nothing makes sense anymore. Like, what part of the journey is that?
Yeah, that was a large part of my childhood, just playing a broken cartridge like that.
But yeah, I had a lot of those old games by the like plug and play controllers that you could pick up for like $20 for God's sakes and get like 10 games on. And a lot of people, I guess, like think of gaming, even modernly, as like a very high cost hobby to entry, you know, unless you're playing like really low end stuff on the PC or whatever. But it's just like, no. You, like, toy section, you know? Think of SpongeBob's face, play some, like, fucking, like, dumb collection of SpongeBob games by plugging into an HDMI port. Yeah.
Yeah, those things, yeah.
No, I also...
You know, they actually used to have some games actually on, like, satellite dishes with the controllers and stuff. With, like, the remote controls you could play. Yeah, it was really weird. It had, like, this gaming channel, and it was really bad. Like, imagine the spongiest controller ever. It's a remote control for a TV. It's not good.
Yeah.
You can't have fun doing that.
When you said satellite dishes, I like thought of like the streamed games, you know, that you hear from Japan. Like that one streamed Legend of Zelda game where like it like did fucking practically DLC downloading back in the day, which blows my fucking mind. Yeah. Hmm. There's some
About what
wonderfuls.
year would that have been? Because I actually haven't heard of that.
Oh, I saw it as like part of an old, old games collection retrospective thing. It was on the Super Famicom. It was like a special version of A Link to the Past, which
Oh,
connected up to
okay.
the internet and basically had like timed events and stuff that the console could pick up on. And it's weird as hell because Japan, I okay, they did actually have like good internet, but for most of I think the 90s it was still pay by the minute, which
Yeah,
I guess
because it was
actually
all
that's
like
like
dial-up.
yeah, I guess that's actually kind of a good model. If you want to be like, okay, here's my 90-minute gaming session, I'm gonna connect to the internet, instead of like, I'm gonna go to sketchy sites and maybe be able to load like one or two images.
Yeah, because I know they did have like modem attachments and stuff, but they were usually using that as a way to try and sell the gaming devices as like a thing you could do with your taxes or do your taxes on. There's also like keyboards to hook up for that.
The tax machine.
Yeah, and there was also a Game Boy sewing machine.
Game Boy sewing machine? Okay,
Yeah.
that's actually kind of cool. I want that now.
Oh, those would be so incredibly expensive.
Oh. Is it like a sewing machine that you can play games on while you're sewing, or it's just
Oh
a
no,
really
it's just a sewing machine, and you jam the Game Boy into it like it's the computer for the thing.
mm.
So
Welcome
it's
to
just like a cheap
Chopa.
sewing machine. Yeah.
Yeah, you came in at just the right moment. Game Boy
They're talking about Game
sewing.
Boy sewing machines.
But yeah.
Can't say I've ever seen one or anything, so I don't have a lot to say on those.
Sounds like something you hear about and never verify, but you just have to trust like it's true because enough people have said
Oh,
it.
I've seen like videos of them and stuff, but I've never seen one in person. I don't know how they feel to use or anything.
You'll refrain from ranting? Oh no, go on. I love rants.
Remember they had like programmable stitch patterns and stuff, but the thing is,
Mm.
for a lot of the machines that you could get, even at the time, it wasn't really that cost efficient by a difference. Be like a couple $100 difference, but then you also have to have a Game Boy already.
It's weird to think about getting, stitch pattern cartridges. I mean, that actually isn't the
I
worst
think it would
idea.
connect like through the cartridge slot, so I don't think you could do that.
Oh. No, this is confusing me more and more, because it's like, I think like the purpose of this would be like, use the Game Boy as an interface or whatever to be completely
Yeah.
programmable for the stitching. Maybe that's how it was, but you just actually had to use the hardware to do it.
It could have also been through the link cable port. I don't really remember. I'd have to look it up, honestly.
Mm. Say, Master, you haven't touched the sweets yet that are in front of you. Would you like any? We have cupcakes, grapes, strawberries, tarts, cinnamon rolls, and cakes. Oh, and croissants, too.
They all look very nice,
I know.
but I'm a little conflicted. What would you say is your favorite?
Oh. Well, I'm a very big fan of croissants. It's perfect breakfast food.
Okay, I'll make sure to leave those for you then.
Okay.
Just grab me anything else.
I think you could use some cupcakes.
Yeah, cupcakes it is then.
Yeah. That was a very soundbitey eating sound.
I've had to make a lot of my own sound effects for different projects.
I like fooling around in sound editors and, you know, making weird stuff. Very illuminating was seeing one of those old radio dramas, like a Western one, and it's just like, you know, the three guys like with like a table of like
Oh, man.
shoes and, you know, and like the symbols and the triangles and, you know,
The like
the gun
literal
is
saw
like,
that he
you
has
know,
with a
a
hammer.
yeah.
Yeah,
Wait.
there's a lot of cool stuff like that. You know the game Republic Commando?
Republic Commando? No.
Yeah, it was a Star Wars game. So the footstep sounds for the Trandoshans in that game are actually made with pineapples that are cut in half, and the lady just like slams them on the floor, making these sloshy sounds. It's horrible. They were in the documentary and they showed that. And I was like, wow, I did not need this. Need to know that you were wasting perfectly good pineapples for this.
Yeah. But one of the actual best things of sound design from recent years is the credited pug voice actor that plays the aliens in Halo. The grunts, specifically. And it's just like
I do love the grunt.
yeah, they just get this pug super excited until he's running around the room and like follow him with a mic as he's like and he does make really alien and weird sounds. Like we have two pugs in the canine unit and there's like one of them, when he gets ramped up, he just like starts to like do this pug scream, which sounds like he's like dry heaving. But
My
just
God.
continuously. And it's just like you steal his stick or whatever, he just does that until you give it back. Yeah. So what were you going to say?
I wasn't.
I thought you wanted to say something like halfway through me talking about the pug from Halo.
No, not really. I'm not super interested in pugs, actually. I did have a friend who had a pug, but demonic little creature.
Demonic?
It's well behaved and everything, but I can't describe it as anything else. Just the sounds it would make, and you know, it's like sneezing all over itself constantly.
Was it like a huffy, you know, can't breathe pug, or just like a really
It was like an
sniffly
absolutely
pug?
cannot breathe. Why am I alive kind of pug.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. I think
I was super
really-
happy about it though.
Yeah, pugs have a lot of energy and a lot of stamina, and I think they only really get breathing problems if they don't get sufficient exercise. And it's just like, because, you
Oh,
know,
this one is really fat.
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, yeah, you know, going up some mountain roads and stuff, just put these pugs on a leash and they just like want to bolt up and down. Like, you know, they have so much energy. Climbing inclines, for God's sakes, and it's just like, yeah, they don't get any breathing problems if you do it that way. But you also have to be worried if
Yeah,
they
a
get
lot
out of the
little dogs are
house.
like that.
You gotta be worried.
I
if
actually,
they get...
actually at one point used to have a little Cairn Terrier, and it used to cause cattle runs, and even treat a gopher at one point. Like, not a gopher, sorry, a groundhog. So I guess they're probably about the same thing.
Do you deal with groundhogs, or yeah, groundhogs, and what's the one that burrows in the yard? Yeah, I guess just groundhogs.
I used to deal with them a lot. We used to have to throw smoke bombs down the holes.
Yeah.
all the time. We had a really big field where I was growing up, and it was just loaded with those friggin' holes. But the foxholes were usually worse because they had foxes inside them instead of groundhogs. They bite.
Yep.
Should be no surprise that that would be worse.
And sometimes at that point, I guess you've already lit the smoke bomb, so it's just like, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I found this groundhog hole. I'm gonna throw this down. Oh no, that's not a groundhog hole at all.
Oh no. Starting a war with the local fox troop.
Oh god. And sometimes you'd find that kind of stuff too when you were doing foraging. Like we'd go and we'd forage for fiddleheads, which are basically like young ferns, just rolled up. They taste a lot like asparagus, if you're wondering.
Mm. No, I can't say I've ever had fiddleheads. There's a lot
Yeah,
of...
there's a lot of really good wild forage that you can find.
I know the wild forage I usually go out for when it's seasonal is elderberries. You can make a pretty
Berries are
mad
always a good
syrup
choice,
from
yeah.
them. You just need a lot. Bring like 2 buckets and just come back with every elderberry in a mile radius.
Man, I was really mad like a year ago. I went to go get elderberries at this tree that was like down my street. There's actually like a lot of these like ornamental trees that just have fruit all over them. And I don't know why people plant them, but you know, free fruit, whatever. But this elderberry tree, not this elderberry tree, mulberry tree, absolute shit tons of mulberries. They cut down the whole damn thing. It must have been like 60 years old. It was absolutely massive.
Why?
I would guess they were afraid of it falling on a house or something, but it was sturdy as hell. The trunk must have been, you know, about 3.5 feet wide at least.
Yeah.
Probably about 5 feet at its widest.
And I think more than anything, if it's fruiting, that means it won't be falling anytime soon. Unless the hills erode
Yeah,
it.
exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, they just got complaints about the road being covered in mulberries.
If the
It's like,
road's
"Oh, it's
covered in
attracting
mulberries, everybody just needs to take more of them.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they could have pruned the branches back too, but I don't know.
But yeah, I think you can judge the coolness of a neighborhood based on, you know, how many yards have orange trees or fig trees or some kind of fruiting tree that you can just run past as a kid and grab a bite from if it's in season.
Yeah, there's like a lot of walnut trees around here, so it's a lot of it's stuff that you can't really just grab, but there is a couple apple trees. And when Corpse was doing a cooking project involving apples, I went to go see if I could get any frozen ones, but it was too late in the year, so they were already like all gone.
Oh.
Yeah, I ended up having to buy apples instead,
Yeah.
which, you know, unfortunate, but
Because it's more special when you go out and get them.
yeah, yeah.
I guess, you know, even with the tea bag that I brought in, that I showed off earlier in the stream, it's all about, you know, a good amount of cooking cred, but also just making it taste good for yourself is getting a little bit of context on what you're having, you know, where it's from, what it's been through. Which might be a bit snobbery, but oh my god, we just got 10 gift subs. Thank
Big
you so
ups.
much. Big ups, yeah. And look at that. Welcome onboarding. Bouncy Adet Variable Von Leon. Highly unresponsive Headless Alric Jellicio. Atropa and Cliff to the to the library team. And look, I think all those people really deserve one, so that's very nice. Look, Kelsey has been exposed. Can't lurk in peace.
Oh, that's also really fun to do. I remember like really early on, I caught Corpse lurking on Congo stream, so I sent them a gift sub, and somebody got mad at me for it. I was like, really? It's like I thought it was funny.
I think being able to be playful with people is you know, the essence of community is being able to be playful and familial with people, and I think it's moments like de-verifying Ari's VIP in the middle of Deshi Quest
Oh yeah, that was.
that makes this a wonderful.
I actually talked to
place.
Congo about that before we did it, and he said,
okay.
"Haha, do it. It will be funny."
That's great.
Yeah. It was absolutely worth it.
Adari Fladari.
God, she was so mad at me though.
I think it made the stream so much better. It like activated murder mode for her. Like there was just no mercy after that.
Yeah, I really had a lot of fun with Deshi Quest because of that kind of stuff. It had just had a lot of good moments, honestly. I'm pretty excited for Congo's new stuff that's happening on the 16th, I believe.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it as well. Well, actually, hold on a fucking second. I gotta check. I might be on a fucking... Oh, okay. I should be able to catch some of it. I do have a test that day, which is unfortunate. I have to hope that I can, like... that I can catch as much as I can. Calendars.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to like look at VODs for that because I'm not gonna be in town at the time.
Yeah, when I heard 16th for a minute, I was like, fuck, is that the test date? Or is that the date that I'll be, like, on a bus? And you know, when you're on a bus, you're on a bus.
Yeah, I'm confident it'll go well though, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah. Congo's got Congo power. Congo shine. Here. Can you do a Congo voice and say professionalism?
Okay, let me try to work up. No, I can't.
Oh.
I don't think it's gonna be good. Professionalism. It just sounds like me.
Sounds like Santa Claus. The laugh especially is an oh ho ho.
There are some voices that I just can't do.
Yeah.
I've expanded my range a good bit, but I can't do Congo anymore. I don't know why.
Anymore, yeah. Voices are pretty fun. I think recently I was offhandedly doing someone from Tokimemo, and they have the Ojo-sama laugh, you know? And I just like, alright, time to oh yeah. That's a fun one. Professionalism is overrated. Embrace drunken callouts. I'm very much under the impression that the other side of the coin that makes professionalism work is being able to go out and drink with people afterwards. This having been said, I don't get to go out and drink with people very much. But it definitely was that for Opkai. It was funny seeing. It was funny. specifically off Kai, all the industry people getting getting really drunk at the after parties.
Oh yeah, you should have seen Pyre Nelson and Slugma. Holy hell!
Indeed. I mean, I did get to see Slugma twice. Once I just said hi. Second time, we got to talk for quite a while because we were both waiting for shuttles. That was post-con too. But yes, I will shamelessly brag that I got to see Slugma. Oh yeah, is there anything you'd like to hear about Off Kai? Having been one of the panelists, but may not have been seeing the rest of it as much.
I didn't really get to see anything from Saturday or Sunday, actually. What were the turnouts like for them?
It was actually a pretty good turnout, and I'd say it's like the perfect size, you know? There was 700 attendees in total. Definitely Saturday was the peak day, but it felt like everybody had perfect energy and it wasn't crowded, and so you could have this like giant auditorium room with like, you know, but it still felt like being in a crazy high energy idol concert.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was really fun just being able to, after shows, be like super candid with everybody. A ongoing tradition with seemingly everybody that I helped with and got helped with was taking pictures with the standees. You know, they brought these big
Oh, the cardboard standees.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was picturing you just taking pictures to people that were standing by things, and I was just thinking, like, why?
Oh no. The standees, like the VTuber standees, and it's just like you just had people picking them up and taking them around and putting things on. I put the dress I wear the second day on the audience because she's like, I like your dress, and I'm just like, all right. And so made a little alt costume for Nyaru's standee for a bit, and. And actually, there was an auction towards the end of some of the standees. At least, like basically the party crew who are running parties for throughout Offkai, got 2 of them, and so now they're gonna bring Tenma and Pippa around to other cons. Basically, be the FaZe Connect party crew with those as their party goddesses, and I love that so much. Yeah, they were really prepared. I actually got to see like their setup before it was complete because first day I just like went in and wanted to chill, but like, yeah, like they were like professionally mixing Hololive themed drinks.
Oh, I think I saw pictures of that. Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention like the million Fumos and like the Hololive merch decorating every wall of the hotel room.
Oh man, that must have been a hell of a sight to see, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, as cool as it was to do like a digital remote panel, I do think going to an actual con would be quite an experience.
Funnily enough, one of the other guests on this show, and we didn't even realize this, but was actually at Offkai. Like, we briefly spoke. I was waiting for someone's panel, and they just like, you know, afterwards, when you invited me to this, I saw the picture of you in the dress, and I was like, oh shit, that's you.
Wait, who was it?
Hecate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, one of the guests from the other show. Very cool artist with an amazing art style. Looks very like storybook / acrylic paint. But yeah, so it was like, yeah, the tagline where online friends meet, really did work, and there was quite a bit of decorum and respect, and just like, yeah, everybody there had something cool going on, and that was super nice. Like, you know, you meet the organizers to other cons, for God's sakes, rival cons, like within the span of the same day. So I literally was like, oh yeah, I know your con. Your con was the one that killed the other con that I spoke to, and it's like, they're here too. Yup. That
Oh
con
my god.
organizer.
Because I heard that they were people who had organized other cons, the ones that were running off guy too. Like it wasn't their first shindig, so I'm guessing that they've probably got all these veterans who ran other cons have been killed by other cons that have been killed by other cons. And this nonsense cycle.
The con food chain, yeah. Well, yeah, it actually looked like a lot of stuff was on the organization end. Like, I think and I feel like we'll actually see a lot of cons coming out of this like period of quarantine, because a lot of people got into like con organization just so they could have a con, you know, that was out of person, and now they're making everything in person again. But like they're basically adding a bunch of new labor to the people who are organizing in-person cons.
Yeah. I do think being able to do the remote panels is going to really expand what people can do, though. It's like not having to fly somewhere means that you don't necessarily need to have a passport. Like I was not in the States, and I was at an American con in, what was it, California? Oh man, I didn't ever really mention this, but Nelson didn't tell me that I was in California, so I had the times all screwed up.
Oh my
So
god.
my sleep schedule was not good at the time. I had to like fix everything over 3 or 4 days. That was fun though. I really enjoyed it.
See, I think the ideal sleep schedule is to be comfortable. Well, I say ideal like this is an option for most people, but to go to bed super late so you can do all the fun stuff in the evening and wake up right before midday so you can catch like anything that would be happening, you know, morning, midday, because that's when things really pick up. No one likes going in for things in the morning. People hate fucking mornings, so skip them.
Yeah, a lot of the time places aren't even open.
Yeah.
Even like breakfast places around here don't open up until like 10 a.m. It's like, you guys are serving breakfast only. You serve breakfast for 2 hours. Stop. Just open up for 4, please.
So imagine, you know, the wage cage is terrible, but not being able to get breakfast at a breakfast place when you wake up at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Truly a hellish
Well, it's not even
existence.
7 o'clock. Like I'm only asking them to open up at 8. I think that's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, 8 seems reasonable. That's when people, well, even 8. I mean, fuck, schools start at 8 most places.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me tell you, like, first fucking period on nothing to eat is not fun.
Well, I definitely don't think that the breakfast places should try to cater to students at high schools, I would say.
Maybe
if you
not.
are a high school student and you're going to school without breakfast at your house, that's a major issue, and you need to talk to your your student counselor and everyone involved.
Actually, there was some kind of breakfast program back in my secondary school education. So it's there. I mean, like, logistically, like, they need it. Alright. I am generally of the opinion that more teens should be out doing teenage things and, you know, having some independence during those years. it's not about not being able to get things at home. It's just about being able to get things outside of home as well. Develop those kind of routines before adulthood.
I can agree to a point, but you shouldn't really take for granted that everyone's able to do that away from their home situation either.
True, true.
Because I certainly did not have that kind of freedom growing up. It wasn't a helicopter family situation. It was more of a I was the third parent situation.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess your days of being a mom dad run deep.
Yeah, they do. Really deep. I shouldn't have said anything about it. Oh god, that's a whole thing to explain. It would yeah.
Hey, no need if you're not comfortable to, but
it's not that I'm not comfortable with it. It's just a little heavy for tea time, you know.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, of course. This should be a nice, relaxed place for you, Master. And also, you're gonna get a French special too. Voulez-vous le dîner? Ou le bon? M'aimez-vous? Bonzo. Je t'adore. Je ne parle pas français bien, mais.
Sorry, I don't speak Italian.
Il n'est pas italien. C'est français.
Mon français est très mal.
La langue de moi. Oui, baguette. Omelette de fromage. Okay, there you go.
Acheter le français. That's all I'll say.
La français.
I know milk carton French, okay? Most of the French that I know is because I don't want to turn the box around. It's in the cupboard, it's on all of our packaging, and I hate it.
Thank you so much, German Grande. Yeah. More and more people will be able to test the power of me speaking French. And singing French songs. There's at least one meme I've made based on how be our guest sent some people. Do you remember that?
I do not remember that.
It was one of the karaoke nights. Either way. But yeah, milk carton French.
Yeah. It's just what I call it. I mean, it's not actually a language. You know, French isn't a language.
Yes, it's just a bunch of very pretty words. It's fancy. English is just degenerated French. Linguistically. So that makes French just very pretty English.
I mean, I guess technically maybe I would have to look up the etymology, or that's bugs. Etymology?
It's etymology, yes. So back in the old and medieval days, there was a time when there was a French king in Britain, and so all the British nobility had to speak French, And as a result, there are many, many loan words that English possesses from French, and loan grammar
Oh, yeah, yeah.
structures as well. But yes, there was a time where, for much of the British aristocracy, they didn't even speak the British language, which is crazy.
You know what's even crazier? How people from France don't think they sound like people from Quebec.
Well, I wouldn't know. My French is pretty degenerated, but I will say, you know. Okay, one of my teachers, who is French. Hmm. Okay, speaking English, he had the most deliberate like accent I think ever, and so I'm not sure if there's a difference between Quebec and, you know, native French speakers and speaking French, but there's definitely one in speaking English where he was like practically talking like, you know, he was talking in iambic pentameter like he's in some Shakespeare thing.
Well, there is definitely a big difference, but it's mostly because Quebec French was a lot more isolated. So it's like old French from like before the fur trade. While France French has been degenerated by all of the other European countries around it for all these years. But the other thing is, when you settle a nation, you do not send your best.
Oh.
So it's like old school redneck French, and when you have like East Coasters, like Acadian French especially, it gets really degenerated. If you ever heard an Acadian speak English, like a Newfie or something, holy hell! Say where he is, but I say where you cat.
I'm
Now imagine
familiar
that
with
in French.
I'm familiar with the Louisiana's French, especially, and that is a situation of can barely speak French, can barely speak English. Oh boy. Also, there are some incredibly offensive words that only exist in Louisiana French. It is seriously redneck French to the extreme.
I'm actually really curious because the only one that I really know is tabernacle.
Well,
wait, am I allowed to say that here? I don't even think about it as like an actual word.
yeah. Tabernacle is considered. I mean, it's reference to baptism. It's just profaning the sacred, I guess.
I don't know what it means. I just know that it's a curse word,
Mhm.
and that it's used by everyone from
Tabernacle.
Quebec. It's all tabernacle.
I think it's the equivalent of the Australian Sea in ways.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
It just means fuck according to Google. Well, that just brings up more questions because what the fuck does fuck mean?
Fornication under consent of the king.
But I feel like that's a myth. I've heard that repeated so much, but there's very little that actually would lead to, you know, any fornication of consent of the king being something that would
we
enter
clearly
the general
don't use it as
vocabulary.
that anymore, anyways.
Yeah.
So might as well keep it with that myth.
And I think there's also like a folk or something like that, which is like Old English / Germanic, but is not a swear word. It's just harsh.
That is
But
a harsh word.
Yeah. Folk. Is it Volk? I'm not sure. Anyways, I should see where I'm going to see to message the cowboy to see where he is at. Our time may soon be drawing to a close, unfortunately, master.
Oh shit, my tea's cold.
And I've ran out long ago.
Well, that's part of the joke, though. It's actually iced tea.
Alright.
And now I'm out.
So yes, any final things you'd like to say or talk about? Or any final service before you leave our wonderful establishment?
I might take a cupcake to go, I guess.
Gladly. Help yourself.
Alrighty.
Well, it has been a pleasure having you, Master. With your delicious, lovely eating sounds.
Yeah, of course, it was a good time. So sorry, I had to swallow.
That's what she said.
Oh, how? That was out of left field.
Sorry, old habits die hard. Yeah, well, well, taking my last jabs at you aside, pleasure having you.
Yeah, it's been a good time.
I'm glad. Come again anytime, Master. I think Colt is probably just setting up his ninja. Rampancy. Alright. Fishing rant. So, I've only been fishing a few times, and mostly at the same lake. Like, fishing is a real bonding activity. I mean, especially on this planet, it's pretty fucking hard to get a good lake to fish at. And I've actually been very unsuccessful in my catches. You know, going for trout, going for bass. The bass have bit my line. That's the problem. The bass bit my line, and I just couldn't actually I couldn't reel him in. I'm on this little pier. I'm kicking back. I'm literally falling to the floor, and this fucking bass, and then my line snaps. That's just how it goes with bass, unfortunately. But hey, that isn't the worst. My friend was we rent these canoes when we go out fishing. And so we're fishing in the estuary trying to get fish. And he starts to catch something. And he starts reeling it in really hard. And he's going at it crazy. But, you know, he's leaning really far back in a canoe with another person. And at some point the other person says, hold on, we're gonna fall. And jumps back the other way. And then they both get like a little bit soggy, but they didn't capsize their canoe. But they took on a lot of water. And the worst part is that the bass then bit off the line. So yeah, we've had catches, just catches that were too big. and oh look, there we go. Let us let us bring the next lovely master into the screen. Hold on. Oh, and perfect. You're already magenta screened. I'm a bit crunched. How are you doing, lovely cult?
I am doing just fine. Thank you much for asking. Blah, 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 blah.
You sound tired. Would you like a cup of tea to wake you up?
Thank you. Yes, that'd be lovely.
Alright, what blend would you like?
Tea blend.
Tea blend. Alright, well I can give you the most generic, what would it be? Chai tea? It's just tea tea, isn't it?
Yeah, let's go with chai tea. That's fine.
I am officially all out of the green tea fez. Unfortunate. That actually might be good. I might go and grab a not a cup, but just something more to drink. My voice is getting a bit parched. So be right back. But then we will be all hands on deck to serving you.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to it. I need it.
While I'm out, why don't you introduce yourself to everybody here?
Howdy, folks. The name is Lone Star Colt. I'm a rootin' tootin' elite gunslinging outlaw from Texas. And I woke up not too long ago, so I'm really tired. My sleep schedule is screwed up. How are you guys doing? My head hurts too. Hopefully I'll wake up just fine and I'll start feeling better.
Alright, I've returned.
Welcome back.
Prepare for an excellent stay with top tea and excellent service.
Well, thank you. I greatly appreciate it. Much obliged.
Oh, and I should say, there's a bunch of lovely desserts here for you too, if you'd like any. Cupcakes,
Desserts?
fruits.
They're all mine.
Alright, then I'll just put the whole thing right next to you for the duration of our stay. We got croissants and
kindly.
cakes and tarts and fruits and cupcakes.
I don't know what kind of noise that was supposed to be. I'm sorry.
Definitely a different kind of eating soundbite. But yeah, so Master, I've gotten to know you a little bit through the PSO collab, but mostly just the renegade item hoarding side. So I'm excited to get to learn more about you. Outside
I love
of
hoarding
that.
items. It's my favorite thing to do.
So when did the item hoarding start, Master?
When I became an outlaw and I started stealing from people.
And when did the stealing start? What brought you to the stealing?
My crippling illness that will kill me in a few years.
Oh, how horrible. What might be the name of this illness?
I think it's called something like tuberculosis.
The
But they don't have a
Unstoppable
cure for
killer.
it down here in the southern 1800s.
Yeah, and I can't interfere with the time stream, so I'm sorry. Maybe you can try to pawn for a fake ID and sneak into one of the hospitals around here with their high-tech
I'll-
futuristic
I'm
stuff.
sure. I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm stuck in a time loop right now.
I see. I see.
It's the only way I could figure out how to live.
And a fortunate or unfortunate side effect of that is that you get to go and play games with everybody.
Yeah, exactly.
Neat.
I love me some video game. I love when we played PSO2. That was very fun.
Yeah. I mean, not PSO2, but just PSO.
Right, PSO.
Mhm.
I'm so used to saying PSO2. It's been years since I just said PSO.
So how does PSO2 compare to PSO1?
I personally like PSO1 better. PSO2 is a more flashy game with a lot of action-oriented aspects to it. You can jump, you can do air combos, and stuff like that. And it's a lot faster too, because like you can do dashes and like zoom across the map with your skills and stuff like that. PSO1 is a lot tamer, but it feels more like a dungeon crawling,
Yeah, exactly.
rogue light kind of game.
Actually, after that PSO collab, I was like, I had the feeling of like, man, this makes me want to play. I'm not sure why, but this makes me want to play BX again, or some variety of it.
Yeah.
I actually did start design docking a little BX clone that's based in that kind of, you know, that strange little genre of Japanese space fantasy. Just like, okay, you got wizards, but you also got laser swords and ray guns and also probably stupidly cheesecakey leotard armor and shit like that. I love that.
Yeah.
I eat that shit up. Yeah.
But yeah, I used to play PSO a long time ago when I was a wee lad.
Yeah, when you were a child again.
Yeah, on the Sega Dreamcast actually.
And did you do it online with like a modem and
Yep.
stuff?
Yep,
Neat.
yep. I had the Dreamcast set up before internet.
And how was your first real taste of online gaming?
Really? Not that different, I guess. Like, it was cool to see other players running around in the lobby with their fucking super chairs, stuff like that, their hover chairs, which you could summon. We didn't get to do it, but you could
You
summon
can
it.
get hover chairs in PSO?
Yeah, you can get hover chairs in PSO
Oh my
and just kind of
God.
ride around. You could also set it up to where you can like have a clan, like icon, like a guild icon, and the guild icon can be anything. It could be like a PNG from your computer.
Neat.
Yeah.
And welcome, big sis. Love you. Thank you for rating. I gotta make a compliment for Colt.
I'm lame. You don't need to make a compliment for me.
No, it's been redeemed.
Yeah, well, you know, it's just BMO, isn't it?
Oh, it's just Beaver redeeming it.
Yeah, it's just BMO redeeming it. You know?
But I can see on the other end, I don't know, your eyes are going like a little bit pinched. I gotta think it.
Should I make myself bigger?
No, I meant that more as like recoiling about. What could I say that would really, really get you? Wow, you have a pretty sick ponytail, and I love the blonde hair.
Thank you. I'm pretty proud of my blonde hair.
It's
I never
very,
dyed
very
it.
brushable. I gotta put a flower in mine. Let's see. Yeah, that's something, one of my redeems. It's very, very cute. Whoops. Could actually make it stick though. There we go.
That's awkward. Adorable.
Oh, and I need to put one on you too. Let's see. Let's put one. Nice big. Yeah, nice big sunflower on the top of your hat. Give me 1 second. Oh, it doesn't stay when it's not on my model. I guess I can just plop one in via the stream. Here. There, a nice big sunflower, Pikuchima. Or should I say master? Sorry.
Thank you for the sunflower. I greatly appreciate it. It matches my hair.
You're very, very welcome. Gee,
So,
you almost look, what is it? Like 1920s with a flower on your hat.
1920s.
Yeah. Feels very, I don't know. I don't think decadent's the right word, but expressive.
Ah.
Yeah, you do kind of actually have an almost Art Nouveau thing going on with your jacket.
What if I take my jacket off?
Well, now you look like you're about to go into the office, but left your hat on.
What if I take my hat off?
Hmm. Now you look a bit like my mom.
No! I'm turning everything back on.
The sudden look of fear and panic. But anyways, what were you saying?
I was just gonna say that these sweets are delicious, and I'm about to be done with them.
I'm very, very glad. They are my bake, you know.
So, when you said you were serving me, or you know, you're calling me master and stuff like
Yes,
that.
master.
What do you plan? Like, what do you plan on? Like, what's your method here?
Well, we make all the hosts that come into all the esteemed guests and masters that come to this club feel right at home and give them the best stay possible. You are the master, so what is it that you desire?
I want to recline.
You want to recline.
I want to recline.
Hmm.
You got a reclining chair?
Well, we have this very, very comfy chair where you're seated already. I guess for
Oh,
you
it
to
can recline with me.
in
Go
that.
ahead and
Let's see if I can. Will this make you look reclined? I'm not sure. Let's see. No, wait. I'm not sure I can do that with browsers. Reclined.
I am
Colt.
now wide, Colt.
Squished Colt.
I am now wide and squished. Squeeze.
A little squish.
I'm very sad that I've started to play Fortnite.
I'm so sorry. My condolences
I know.
and sympathies.
I know. Thank you. Thank you. They added Sakura from Street Fighter into it, who is like my second favorite Street Fighter character of all time. And I was like, yeah.
Which
I'm gonna play
cult's
Fortnite now.
weakness says?
You're not allowed to tell them, Gyaru. You tell everyone this, and 99% of the time, nobody fucking cares. They're not gonna do
Is it
it.
the one that you told me, or no? Wait, hold on.
99% of the time, they don't fucking care, and you tell everyone
sorry.
anyway.
Is it the one that's that's blatantly obvious. Not saying who tells or tells.
Yeah. Recommend me an MMO. I would suggest.
And let me go into the closet and fetch something.
I would suggest playing. That's a good question. Because nowadays MMOs, they're not too hot anymore. I would suggest if you want a unique experience, play Dungeon Fighter Online because there's nothing like that out there really. But once you get to the end game, you should stop because the grind for at end game is unbearable. Final Fantasy 11, if you can find even just the normal Final Fantasy 11 that they have, like you don't have to find a classic server or anything like that, just normal Final Fantasy 11 because they have followers and trusts and stuff like that. It's fine to do. You should give that a shot because it's unique and there's really nothing else like that either.
Yeah, I've
Then
actually
obviously
been
you got
meaning to check out and explore some MMOs. Mostly because it's
obviously
something
you
I've
have,
never gotten into, just due to time, but that it's like kind of fascinating as like a cultural thing.
yeah. If you're not already big into MMOs, it's probably really hard to get into them. I would also recommend MapleStory or Mabinogi, because
Oh, sorry. I have not updated the title.
Mabinogi is probably one of the best MMOs of all time, in my opinion. It is the most, like, my ideal MMO would be to take everything from Mabinogi and then give it like better combat, and that's it. That's all you have to do to make my ideal MMO is just take Mabinogi, give it better combat, and then you've made my like my perfect MMO.
Take notes. But greetings, Congo. Thank you for stopping by. And actually, on that, this is something which is like which I think is, and I know you play.
Greetings, Congo.
I know you play like tabletops and stuff, right? On occasion.
Yeah. I play them all the time.
It's very stupid, but I think the idea of making an MMO styled tabletop or something like that would be pretty cool. And that, you know, video game RPGs very much are inspired by old tabletop RPGs, and then, you know, MMOs come out of those, extracting that even further. And so bringing it back to tabletop would be like kind of the ultimate game of telephone, I guess, in terms of like world, story, mechanics, etc. But, you know, but that's also like that would be more like I just want to play .hack/sign in tabletop form or something.
I feel like something like that might have already been done.
I think there's a few freeform
I'd
things.
have to search for it, but I think that's something that someone it's a unique idea because you're not saying that like you want to play an MMO in board game form. Like you're not saying that I want to play with 700 other people on one single tabletop session.
But
that
to
would be a
tell
nightmare.
an MMO-esque story in tabletop
Well, just
form
take
with just your friends.
Yeah, I feel like that's already been done. I could search for it probably later.
There's definitely like a freeform RPG that emulates it, but the new, you know, super streamlined freeform RPG is, I don't like it. I like fucking having rules. I like things I can cite. I like things I can, you know, I like having material that isn't just roll against target number, you know, after the player tells you how hard they want to do something.
Yeah, I'm very much on that side too. I prefer rules. Like the one thing I hate is just like costuming something over another thing, but not giving it its own rules and stuff like that. Everything to me needs to be defined. Like I need to have hard rules saying that I can and can't do this, or else it kind of loses the semblance of fun to me.
Well, yeah, maybe
Um,
I'm not super like into the video gaming style of tabletop design. Like, I don't know, I don't run 5e anymore, but there is like, I would say kind of, you know, what I think is like actually very much gold standard of RPGs is just like OSR in terms of OSR is all about, you know,
Old school RuneScape.
no, old school role playing, but close enough. OSR is all about kind of just like the basic rules you need to abstract danger. In that, like, you know, okay, you dive into a dungeon or any kind of dangerous area. It has a random encounter chance and random encounters. Those are story things. Progression is tied directly to, you know, gaining treasure and whatever. So it's like, if you want to play a game that makes adventurers, it like has all the systems and pretext to actually get them to be adventurers. And that's nice, because I deal with too many fucking 5e games where no one wants to do shit. Or they want to do shit, but they just want to do it in like, actually, we just kind of want to blow past this and get to the next level, / you know, when I can get my fucking power boost, whatever.
Right.
Yeah, like too
Yeah,
many people playing the same game for different reasons.
Yeah, yeah. I think my favorite game is just straight up Final Fantasy 11
RuneScape
in the
can't
regard that
change.
it's very open-ended. It has a lot of horizontal progression, which means like you don't go into a dungeon and get a guaranteed piece of loot. You explore a dungeon without a time limit, and your only your only real time limit is how many health items you have, or how much MP you have, or something like that. And it gets dangerous and stuff, and there's hidden walls and stuff like that with treasure you can find, and some monsters have a drop chance to drop a cool piece of gear that you can't get anywhere else in the game. And some level 1 ring can be used until level 99 just because of how good it is. That's the kind of game Final Fantasy 11 is. Like, back in the 75 cap era of Final Fantasy 11, you literally had like people wearing level 50 gear instead of level 75 gear, just because that piece of level 50 gear was just that fucking good.
That actually is something I like of, you know, the level system, especially now that it's been bolted onto every game, even games that are not RPGs, as like a form of you know, content gating or progression that's all fake.
The battle pass
is grating, you know? Why the fuck am I fighting the same enemies, but they deal twice the damage? Because the developer decided that these guys are going to be level 10 when I'm approaching this part of the game at level 5, and so now I have to go back and play it in the intended order. I don't like that.
Yeah, and Final Fantasy 11 definitely has ways you can kill. In fact, it's probably not the best example, but Final Fantasy 11 not only encourages party play, but party play is mandatory. You can't just play by yourself. That's just not gonna. Yeah. You have to go and, like, if you want to kill like this higher like 5 level. Yeah, the Wild West of MMOs for sure. Like, if you want to kill like a monster that's 5 or 10 levels higher than you, totally possible. You're gonna need a few party members to help you out, and they're gonna have to have like certain, because like Final Fantasy 11 also had a lot of debuffs and stuff like that. Like, Red Mage was considered the best debuffer or defeebler because they could just chain together spells over and over again. That was their unique ability, was to chain cast spells instantly. And they could use both white and black magic, and they would just debuff the enemy over and over again.
Spell barrage. Hi, Xavier.
But they didn't use it for damage. They used it to just cast as many like enfeebling spells on the enemy as possible. Like, they'd be like slow, bleed, paralysis, and just enfeeble you as much as you can, and then the enemy would just be that much weaker and then everyone else would start like blasting it with damage.
Special
It was very
combo.
fun.
Special combo.
There was literally
Get hit by a truck.
yeah.
Get hit
Well,
by
they
a
actually had a
18-wheeler.
system in there. They actually had a system in there too, called skill chaining and magic burst. Okay, and skill chaining was a system where, depending on the weapon you had, because any class could wear multiple weapons, like a dragoon could theoretically, they would never want to, but theoretically could wear an axe or a dagger. They could. But other classes were more freeform, because dragoons are just known for spears. But other classes were more freeform. They could wear whatever the hell they wanted, swords, axes, stuff like that. And depending on what weapon you had, you gain a set of skills called, which are just called skills. And each skill had, not only did it have like piercing damage or slashing damage or blunt damage and whatnot, they also had secret elemental damage that wasn't actually elemental damage. So like if I hit you with penta thrust as a dragoon with my spear, it had the hidden element of fire, but it didn't actually do fire damage. Now, why is this important? The reason is because these are how you chained skills together. So my penta thrust, which was fire, I can't actually remember what it actually was. I'm just using an example, but it did fire. It had the hidden element of fire. If someone else after 1 second, but before 5 seconds, casted a thing that had like water, like they used like a triple slash or something like that on their dagger, and that has water element. It doesn't actually do the water damage, of course, but what it does do is it chains off of the fire element and creates something called implosion, and that does do damage. So you know Genshin Impact, how their alchemy system works. They took that from Final Fantasy XI straight up. Like they just stole that.
That's a very, very
like
that was
Final
a very
Fantasy XI
long-winded
is exactly
crash
how that works.
That's a very long-winded crash course in Final Fantasy XI. But I got it at Genshin. Unfortunately, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
But this could be expanded on, because that's just a level 2 skill chain. You could create level 3 skill chains with even deadlier effects, and then a level 4 skill chain, which is like the final tier of a skill chain that does like the most damage, which are only exclusively astral and umbral damage. But you have to build up to that with your entire party, essentially. Like your entire party has to specifically time their skill chains so that it does these big explosion effects over and over again. So you have to coordinate with your party to actually do the most damage as a group.
I do
Then
remember from news
you have your black
articles.
mage in the back do what's called a magic burst, where depending on what the skill, like the final element of the skill chain is, they can do the opposite of that element and then create a giant magic burst, which does like super damage. It's pretty complicated, actually. I could hand you just the skill chain guide real fast, just to look at it. You know, it's not even like, here you go. Here's a short, you know, like just a unique little explanation here of how the skills interact with each other. It's not that, you know, it's nothing complicated. It's just, you know, it's nothing.
Nothing
Yeah.
complicated. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Master.
Yeah.
Don't check chat. But yeah, you haven't played Final Fantasy XI until you've had a Chinese guild farmer yell at you with auto-translate for stealing Leaping
Exactly.
Lizzie from him.
Exactly.
But yeah, to address something very, very from long ago, yeah, Conga is based for understanding that freeform is a trap.
Yeah, freeform is a trap. I agree. I like when things have hard direct rules, but the best games are when they have hard direct rules, but you can take advantage of those rules to create something freeform.
Yeah.
Um,
And also when
something
those
like-
rules are carefully chosen to encourage the type of play that, you know, that the system wants to embody. The tone, you know, the character, the environment, all that.
Yeah, I really love. Sorry, I got caught up in talking about Final Fantasy 11, so I'm just. I could go on for hours and hours about Final Fantasy 11. It's just my favorite MMO of all time, really. We need to do a VTuber collab of Final Fantasy 11.
Final
Except
Fantasy
we need to
11.
do it like after we skip like the first 30 levels
I
because
gotcha.
the early game is boring as hell.
So like basically you're gonna set up a Final Fantasy 11 private server that starts everybody at level 30, and then you can spam everybody to join you. And there's just gonna be a month
Exactly.
of playing Final Fantasy 11.
Exactly. We'll go do we'll go do a lot a
Grand Blue?
bunch of exploring.
Is that the Grand Blue
Oh.
mobile game? Or...
Yeah, Grand Blue Fantasy. Well, you see, I would love that except for the fact that I lost my Grand Blue account and don't know how to get it back, so I'm never playing Grand Blue again.
Gotcha problems.
Because they don't have English support. Like everyone plays, because the way Grand Blue did it is that they just added English to their already Japanese game because people played it anyways, which is awesome. But they don't have English support. So if anything like fucks up, you're kind of SOL. Like you just it on, or you figure it out yourself.
Yeah, the gacha that I was into back in the day was Dragalia Lost. That's a very good time waster game. It started shutting down, and I'm not sure why, because it's very successful for a gacha, I think. Like, I don't know. It is one of the big ones. It's like Nintendo's big gacha, but yeah, the mainstay of that game was when they opened up an event, getting into lobbies with players that were way too over-leveled, and just letting them destroy everything, and then leave you all the treasure behind. It was a very welcoming community.
That sounds fun as hell. Yeah, I could go on hours and hours about online games. I've been playing online games my entire life. It is where I started playing computer games, really. The first computer game I ever played was RuneScape. Back in 2005, I think. I remember the day they added summoning.
Funnily enough, it was probably like 2007 or 8. When I was booting up Flash games and playing in weird, browser-based, massively multiplayer cash grabs.
Yeah, I didn't even play browser-based Flash games other than RuneScape. Like, I didn't play Fancy Pants Adventures or anything like that. Did not play that until after RuneScape. RuneScape was my very first computer game. It's pretty crazy.
Garrett asked if you have any scammer stories from MMOs. I actually didn't.
I have plenty of scammer stories from MMOs. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I have a ton.
Any notable?
I remember one that in RuneScape, someone linked me a website to get free gold, right? All you had to type in was your name and your password, right? And I didn't type in my name and password. I typed in the account I made for my sister. She didn't like the game, so she stopped playing.
Okay.
But she only got to like level 3 anyways. But she didn't like it, so she stopped playing. But I typed in the account for my sister because I was like, there's a shot this could be a working thing, right? Haha. But I also was skeptical enough not to use my own name. So 2 seconds later, I see my sister log in, and it's definitely not my sister. And I'm just like, aha. Joke's on you, fucker.
Should just been like, should just messaged him and been like, so where'd the free guild come in?
I did. And they just said fuck you and then left, and I was like, oh, okay. There was one that there was one in Maple Story. Surprisingly, I did not have a lot of scammer stories relating to Final Fantasy XI. It's pretty crazy. Final Fantasy XI was pretty clean for me because I just kind of grinded and didn't really interact. I made it to Juno and stuff like that, so I'm sure they existed, but I didn't really interact other than looking for parties for 8 hours straight because I'm a Dragoon. Which, if we ever do a Final Fantasy XI collab, I will play a Dragoon again. I'll trim your armor in RuneScape for free. Yeah, I had that one. There's one that I was a victim for. There is one that I was a victim for that I'm sure everyone fell for at least once. Called, hey, follow me. I'll show you this cool thing. I'll show you how to get cash free.
And then you
I was like, oh boy.
into the wilderness.
And then they took me to the wilderness and killed me. And I dropped all my items.
Getting taken out.
I fell for
behind the
that.
shed.
I fell for that.
I think everybody has to fall for that one once. I got
Yeah,
that a few times.
that's
in
that's the
Minecraft.
iron rule. Like
Yeah.
everyone has to fall for that at least one time.
I had the Minecraft, which is my first real experience with like knowing how to read and also being in online games. That happened a considerable number of times. And then that was, in the days of, like, talents and stuff. So you had, like, it was, like, very much like, yo, look, I'll take you and show you, like, this cool town or whatever. And it's like, oh, don't worry, like, and this was actually the most complex one I remember. And I think it was, like, the remains of an old town which had been uncharted. So then it was wilderness again. And I'm just like, oh, okay. And I just follow them through some towns, and it's like, you see that town over there? We're not gonna head into the wilderness. Step out of bounds. The wilderness thing pops up. I'm like, oh, it'll only be a few blocks or whatever. We walk into, like, the center of this town or whatever. Nothing. Then guys jump out. Like, literally got fucking bandit towned in Minecraft. You came to the wrong place, boy.
Wait, your first game was Minecraft?
No, not first game, but I said first
First
real online.
First online.
First
Yeah,
real
first
online game being able to read. Because I spent a good portion on the internet where I probably couldn't read for shit.
I see.
I'm not sure how I navigated, but somehow I did. I must have like learned enough words to be able to
I
type in
learned
the
how to
sites
read
I like.
by playing Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. Literally, that's where I learned to read. Just playing that game.
If we play Final Fantasy XI, what class would you recommend for me?
Thief.
For you?
Thief. Yeah. I'd say thief. And then convert from thief to dancer thief.
That would be quite welcome.
So you start as a thief, then you unlock dancer later, and then you leave thief where it is, but level
Yeah.
dancer. Because in Final Fantasy XI, you could have 2 jobs at once. You have your main job and your sub job. So when people ask what you are, you tell them like Dragoon Sam, which is your main job is Dragoon. Samurai would be your sub job. So yeah, you would go thief. You would start out thief. Then when you hit level 30, you would go to unlock dancer, and then you would become dancer thief.
Cool.
That's what I think would be good for you.
Any specific reason I should be a dancer?
Oh no, no.
Mm.
No reason.
Hmm. Gosh, that tepidness was cute.
No, shut up. Do not start on that shit.
Hmm. You weak to being called cute.
No. I will die.
Oh no, terminal.
It's terminal. I'm sorry. Do not.
Hmm. When did you turn into Palpatine? Hmm. Anyways, Master,
Mm-hmm.
would you mind taking off your hat for a moment?
Yes, I will take off my hat. There you go.
Alright. There's something Maid Cafe would like to present you. I hear one of your friends ordered it. Here we go.
Oh my fucking god. Who did this? Who did this?
I think you look good in it.
Oh my god. I'm going to stab someone in the jaw. Who did this?
Hey, hey. Our clients are all anonymous. We take that we're very proud of that.
Move it up, move it. You might need to move it over. I was kind of leaning to the left.
Don't worry, I'll make sure to center it properly on you.
Ah!
Even if you're resisting.
Ah!
Well, saying you resist.
Why? This sucks. I'm gonna cry.
like you're practically crying happy tears.
No!
Take your pictures, everybody. Well, what should I do next, Master? Your word's my command.
I don't know. I'm trying to close my eyes and pretend this is all fake.
Would you like to return to your normal way?
Yes, please.
Would you like to keep the maid dress on?
No.
But say you want to return to your normal way.
No. Take it off.
Only if you say pretty please.
What do you mean?
Just saying. So I can be sure. The maid dress does have good stats though. And it's a good make, of course.
Pretty please take it off.
Okay. But the dress could have been meta, just saying. If you need an excuse.
Listen, fashion is better than min-maxing.
Okay, that's pretty based. I respect that. You look like you're still in Dreamland. Oh, now you're picked up.
Eh.
Over 1,000 crit and 5 materia slot. Well,
No
look.
thanks.
See, there's your problem, Bimo, is if it's materia slots in FF7, then you're definitely going for fashion and style over the meta. I'll make my bodyguard cloud, and that's just how I like it. So, Colt,
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me about this DNF duel? And if you should play it as someone that's brand new to fighting games on a pad.
Yes, you absolutely should. It's pretty much made to be played on pad, honestly. It is made to be played on a gamepad because there are tons of easy like you don't need to do inputs or anything like that. You could just do basically one buttons like Smash Brothers commands, like up special or down special, whatnot, does work. And it's very easy to get into, very easy to understand. It also has a sick ass cast of characters and really good music and very cool backgrounds, and I will be playing it for the foreseeable future.
Nice.
I don't know if that
what
last one
character
was
should
like
I
a
play?
specific. What character should you play? I don't know. What do you like to play?
Well, shit. What's... sis, what's the character archetype I usually play? I guess the ones that are... Oh, yes. Characters that are aesthetically appealing and have good fireballs.
Well, what aesthetically appeals to you?
I'd like to play Ciel and Multiplayer. Arcade's also fun. And when we were at the arcade, man, I played a character with a good wind-up punch. I can't remember, but they're all very aesthetically appealing. Ciel, especially. I like my big flowy dresses.
Play Dragon Knight.
Play Dragon Knight.
Play Dragon Knight.
Now. Would you like to play DNF Duel with me, Master?
I'm down to play. Yeah, that'd be fun.
Alrighty.
Yeah, anytime, whenever it comes out, I will play that game religiously. So.
Cool. And now my brain is catching up to me, and I'm wondering why my big sis and Sweet Pea are trying to have been setting me up to play DNF Duel with you.
I have no idea. That's a good question.
Motives inscrutable.
I remember Gyaru challenged me to a 1st to 5. That was funny. I laughed a lot.
So maybe
That was
Gyaru
like
wants me to challenge you to
that
a
was like the
1st to
funniest
5.
joke I've ever
Please
heard.
go easy on me.
I will never.
Be gentle, Master.
Absolutely not.
Damn it.
There will if when DNF Duel comes out, I'm going on a murdering spree. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you've come
Oh,
from.
I gotta get good at fighting games, that's why. Right.
Yeah, Gyaru challenged me to a 1st to 5 in DNF Duel, and I fucking laughed out loud and then destroyed them. It was 5 to 1. They won a single game.
Oh. Be the Romala of DNF Duel. Gyaru says it was
close. 5 to 1 is close. I want to play with Romola. I wish I could. I wish I was popular enough to play with the Romola. I wanna. they are cool, and I like their fighting game. Most of their fighting game opinions. Some of them I disagree with, just because I liked a certain type of playstyle and they like a certain type of playstyle. But yeah,
Welcome, Action
like for
Production.
instance, they said stuff about like DNF Duel that I slightly agreed with, but also disagreed with. Most of the stuff I agreed with, though, like they thought grabs should be stronger, for instance, and I also agree that grabs should be stronger because there's no real benefit to grabbing in DNF Duel right now, other than just grabs are like more of a mix-up than anything at this time. They're not done for damage. They're not done for Oki. Ranger benefits the most out of grabs, though, so because if you have a grenade on them, you could grab and then they can get shot into the grenade from the grab, and then you can combo them from the grab. It's really good. But yeah, grab should be stronger. Movement in general should be faster. Because movement in that game is just a little too slow. I agree it should be faster. Because characters like Ranger, even though their shooting does not do chip damage, they could still outrange you from like full screen. And like a lot of people said stuff like you should not just shoot the enemy from full screen because they could just block it and then it doesn't do chip damage. And that is the biggest bold-faced lie I've ever seen. It's so incorrect, I can't even comprehend. Because you should shoot them at full screen no matter what. You should just continuously apply pressure. Because unless they are specifically just baiting you out like from full health and they have like a health lead on you and they're just going to timer scam you, which I guess people could do that, but I don't think anyone was doing that at the time. Then you should just shoot them continuously forever. Obviously, don't just brain dead do it because they can dash through it and then punish you. But you know, do it enough to where you know, it's like just keep shooting them, keep applying pressure, and then throw the grenades when they're at full screen just to apply a little bit more pressure. And then you know, you could try to get gap close if you want to. Like if they have a life lead, for instance, you can gap close. Sorry, what?
Master.
Yeah,
You
what's
should
up?
relax and enjoy your tea.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Yeah, you sound so worked up.
I like that game.
Exactly. But we shouldn't lose ourselves to our passions too easily.
I'm sorry, I'm a very passionate person.
Yeah, that's very clear. Don't check the chat. But yes, it looks like our time is almost at its end. So, is there anything more you'd like to do before the cafe closes?
Let's see. Can you curtsy? I want to see a
A
curtsy.
curtsy? Sure
Yep.
thing. Yeah, let
do
me
a curtsy.
just back up a bit so you can see. Yeah, and move. Actually. Yeah, maybe I can get on the table actually.
Okay.
Yeah, alright. And now
I like those socks.
curtsy. Yeah. Curtsy.
That
There you go.
was cute. That was cute. That was adorable.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Ask what I
Mhm.
think about the latest Discourse Dash macros. I will say, just real fast, I will say
Okay.
that Dash macros are totally fine. I don't care. And my reasoning for that is because two of my favorite games of all time, Skullgirls
Mm-hmm.
has dash macros, but they're not on one button, it's on two buttons instead, like Marvel does. Like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and 2, they have where you press the light punch and the heavy punch at the same time, you will dash forward.
Mm-hmm.
That is fun to do and very cool. I don't like one button dash macros, and the reason for that is because I play on a fight stick, and I don't like stretching my pinky that far every time I want to dash, especially on a button like dash, because I like to keep all my my punches and kicks close to my thumb and my hand or in my index fingers, while everything that's not as important that you only use sometimes goes over to the right side of the fight stick.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't find a comfortable position for the dash button without overlapping on one of the other buttons. So I dislike one button dash macros. But if it's a two button dash macro where you just press punch and kick at the same time or something like that, or like punch and then medium punch at the same time, I think that's totally fine, and I like that because that's how Skullgirls does it, and I love Skullgirls. It makes it very fast and very easy to do.
And me, I'm just glad that Golden Fantasia has a princess mode, so I can spam Delanner dash and grab on my
Oh my God.
opponents. That game is fucking great. Have you played it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've played it like once, I think. It was a long time ago though.
And I'm betting you had none of the context for Human Echo and just found it to be fucking hilarious. It's one of those games, yeah. But that is unfortunately where we have to wrap it up. Thank you, lovely master, for coming, and thank you all who have stopped in as guests, as esteemed guests, or in any form on this cafe. This has been
Absolutely,
quite
it's
fun.
been my pleasure. Thank you very much for the entertainment.
And now we gotta go find somebody to raid. So, actually might have a better chance of doing this on the phone than. Alright, actually, I can just use my browser.
I know someone that's online.
Yeah, you can recommend
you-
people if it
If you don't
takes a
have
while
anyone
for stuff
already.
to load. Well, I have a few, but I can hear some of yours too.
Calico.
I think I've raided Callie a few times recently, so I'm gonna raid Code Channel.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
I've been trying to. I try to keep it, new people.
Yeah, you don't want to raid the same person over and over.
Yeah. They'll be going the way of Code Channel. And as for a raid message, what's a good raid message?
What is a good raid message?
Lone Maid Cult. This says
I
don't
will
actually
stab.
do that.
I don't know any raid message, but yeah, thank you for having me. I greatly
You're very
appreciate you
welcome.
inviting me. Kind of woke me up, and yeah, I will see you later. Thank you very much.
Bullyable Star Cult.
Uh,
Bullyable Star Cult.
ah!
Playfully. Yeah, I think that's
Fine.
good. 8, 7, 6. Time to flare you off to sleep. Ciao, ciao.
Ah!
Thanks for coming on.